morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always, told out of Voice of Radio. So today we need to have a little bit of a chat about 151 and what is going on with the prices of those singles. We don't usually look quite so much at a set as we have at 151, but the fact of the matter is 151 has been all over the place up till now. We've seen big swings, big changes. We've seen enough to go, you know what, we need to have a little bit of a look about this. And the wonderful thing is, it is finally starting to calm down and make sense. It's starting to come together, and that's rather lovely. I'll tell you what, though, there are a bunch of cards here that don't make the top 10 that would easily make the top 10 in a lot of other sets. I mean, again, we're staying out of the top 10 here. We're not in the top 10, but how about $15 Full Art Venusaur? $15 Illustration Rare Dragonair? $16 Full Art Mew, $16 Illustration Rare War Turtle, $17 Full Art Blastoise, as an example, and one that actually doesn't quite make the list, although it is extremely close, Pikachu. Pikachu is a weird one, ladies and gentlemen. It keeps going up and down. It's been as high as $25, it's been as low as $15, it's now coming in 18 or 19. It doesn't make the list. It's not on there, but I'll tell you something, it is pretty gosh darned close. Also, spare a thought for Giovanni's Charisma, would ya? It is the only one of the special illustration rares that doesn't make this list. Like, literally every other special illustration rare in the entire set makes a top 10 list, except for this one. Sorry. So Pikachu doesn't quite make it. A load of others don't quite make it. What does make it? Well, in at number 10, we've got Erica's Invitation, which I'm going to put nominally at like $20. The prices are a little bit all over the place. Now, this one has actually crashed pretty hard since release. There's no ifs, buts, or maybes here. This one has been on a very strict downwards trajectory. It's still in the top 10, but it is hanging on at number 10 rather than any higher. It's about a $20 card, but it's come down from the heady heights of like 60. It was $60 on release. It's now dropped down to about 20. And look, it's a beautiful card. It features Erica, who's a popular character. It's got absolutely stunning artwork. It's got a lovely callback to an old card. It's really wonderful. And it's a nice little card, which, I don't know how many people are going to love this. It's really good in Snorlax. It takes a basic Pokemon out of your hand, essentially brings it active. So against Snorlax, who's trying to block you, you'd want to not bench Pokemon that can be dragged into the active and stuck there. So Snorlax will use Erica's Invitation to bring them active. It's actually super annoying. Never mind. In at number 9, we've got the illustration rare of Squirtle, which is coming in at about $21. And this one's awkward. I'm putting it Squirtle, but I just want it on the record. I'm not terribly happy about this. And look, what we've got here is an illustration rare of a Gen 1 first partner Pokemon. And that's basically what you need to know here. Now, Squirtle, as far as I'm concerned, and this is my video, so I'm telling you I'm right, the best of the Gen 1 first partner Pokemon. I think Squirtle is fantastic. Huge fan of Squirtle. Squirtle is amazing. So yeah, that's where we are. In at number 8, we've got Bulbasaur, and this is where it all gets a bit awkward. Now, I told you that these illustration rares have actually been going up since release, and that is still largely true. Bulbasaur's all over the place. Like, the last 3 solds over on TCG Player are 11, 23, and 9. I don't know what to do with this. So, look, I'm putting it at $22, just $1 above Squirtle. I just want it on the record that I'm not entirely good about this, and, you know, just leave it there. For what it's worth, the stage 1s are not on the list. They're not a million miles away, but they don't quite make it on the list. When I was giving you the list earlier, I think I even forgot to say Ivysaur is a $16 card. Let me say it now. Point is, these are both like, the Wartortle and the Ivysaur. They're both like $16. They're both close to the list. They don't quite make it. And then, obviously, in at number 7, we've got Charmander. Charmander was always going to be the biggest among them. Charmander, I'm going to put in here at $27. Again, it's a little all over the place. These are starting to stabilize a little bit. They did take a big jump after release. Made a video all about it. They are starting to stabilize and come down a little bit now. They were hanging on where they should be. Like, after this, we're going to get to the part of the top 10 where I'm just like, it's the special illustration rares. So these should be hanging on afterwards. Whether they should be higher than Erica's Invitation, that's a question for you to have a think about. But, yeah, Charmander should be here, and it should just be a little bit above the rest of them. Did I mention Charmeleon as an $18 card earlier? I honestly can't remember, but it's there as well. It's not on the list. The stage 1s, no one likes the stage 1s as much as they like the basics and the stage 2s. That's just a thing, right? But they're all pretty close. Coming in at number 6, we've got the special illustration rare of Alakazam EX. And this is one that's actually, honestly, just taken a pretty sharp dive since release. Started life as a $45 card. I'm now calling it a $30 card. I think 30 is about right for this. And it's cool. It's a very nice card. It's got wonderful artwork. It's Alakazam EX who can attack from the bench, which is actually extremely cool. It's not a card anyone's really used to any success in tournaments yet, but it is a very good card nonetheless. It's definitely one I'm keeping my eye on. In at number 5, we've got Full Art Charizard EX. Yeah, I know, this is the one. It kind of breaks the pattern, but it also kind of doesn't. Because obviously we should have the illustration rare basic first partner Pokemon towards the bottom of the list. Why does Full Art Charizard get in amongst the special illustration rares? I mean, look, say it with me, ladies and gentlemen. It's Charizard. This would actually be a really nice, neat list. If Erica's Invitation could jump above the first partner Pokemon, and this could maybe drop down to like number 10, it would be such a nice list. As it is, it's a bit of an anomaly, but it is Charizard at the end of the day, and it's as simple as that. For what it's worth, a lot of the cards on this list, like the Alakazam I just mentioned, are actually going down in price steadily since the set came out. This one is not. This launched at a $25 card. I'm putting it at a $33 card now. But frankly, this is on the up. This is a rare exception on this list of a card which is increasing in price as time goes by. It's just the coolest version of Charizard EX. Other than the other cooler version, you know what I mean? It's just cool. Now, in at number 4, we've got Zapdos, and this makes perfect sense, but again, I'm putting it at $38. But again, we are talking about a card which is falling in price. This is a card which is going down. Now, if you look at the graph on TCG Player, it's pretty wibbly-wobbly, but the point is, it started off as $50, it's now down to a $38 card, and there is a pretty clear downward trajectory going on here. But it's still Zapdos EX, it's still got the other legendary bird trio on there, Articuno and Moltres are on there, and it's a very, very playable card. No retreat cost if it's got lightning energy attached to it. 120 to the active, 90 to one of your opponent's bench. What is a little bit sad here, this was on release pretty much a staple in Miraidon decks, and it's already fallen out of favour. It hasn't necessarily been full-on just replaced by Iron Hands, but you've only got so much space for attackers in the deck, and right now Iron Hands is in and Zapdos is out. Sorry about that. This is still a stunning card, though, let's be clear. In at number 3, we've got Venusaur EX, and at this stage, you've probably guessed what the top 3 is. I'm calling this a $40 card, and this is in the right order now. Well, not entirely for me, but it's the order I would expect. Venusaur is generally the least popular of the 3. Don't know why Bulbasaur got ahead of Squirtle at the bottom of the list. It's not up to me, I'm just showing you the data. And, yeah, it's Venusaur. Look, the art is stunning. But Venusaur is the least popular of the first partner Pokemon. And also, we've got an ability that heals 60 from one of your Pokemon if it's active, and free energy 150 plus confusion and poison. It's not a great card for a stage 2. Now, in at number 2, we've got Blastoise, who I know should be at number 2, but I'm sorry, it's my favourite. Oh, you'll also notice at this stage, I'm just showing you the whole evolution line, just because it's nice to get them all on screen. And now Blastoise has taken a pretty big dip from a high of $60. It's now down at $42. And look, it's stunning. Phenomenal Mitsuhiro Arita artwork. And it's actually a decent card. 330 HP, an ability that says you take 30 less from attacks, and then 2 energy, and you get to discard up to 2 basic water energy from your hand, dealing 140 for each one discarded. It's clearly awesome. But it's a stage 2, and it's not seen a huge amount of play. And then obviously Charizard EX is number 1. I'm putting it at $115. Although I've seen recent solds around $130. So this one is slightly below the peak of where it has been, but this one I could see really going up over time. And this isn't even the good Charizard. The good Charizard is from Obsidian Flames. I'm showing you the Akira Igawa Special Illustration Rare here because it's stunning, but the one from Obsidian Flames is the good one. This one, I have seen it teched into Charizard decks, but also by the same token, I looked at a bunch of deck lists in San Antonio and Stuttgart the past couple of weekends. This is not finding its way into the good Charizard deck lists. So, it's not here for playability, it's here because it's Charizard. It's actually significantly above the one from Obsidian Flames, a Special Illustration Rare, despite being a much worse card. But essentially, Obsidian Flames has very few Special Illustration Rares, which brings the pull rate up and the price down. And maybe people prefer the art of this one. I don't know. But that's what you need to know. And now it's over to you guys. Tell me what you think about all of this. Tell me which cards you want. Tell me which cards you've got. Tell me anything else you want to tell me in the comment section. Go nuts! Be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk about Pokemon and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all kinds of fun things. And get shoutouts on the channel like the lovely SWTV, who's been a supporter of ours for a while now and seems to be a very lovely person. So shout out to them for the support and the loveliness. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.